unboxing today for the September Taroscopes. These are decks that I wanted to pair with each of the elemental signs of the 4 different elements that our astrological signs fall under, that being earth, air, fire, and water. So this is going to be the deck that I will use for the Taroscopes for the fire signs when I get to filming those. But I wanted to get this this deck unboxed so that we could see it. This is a deck that was on my Amazon wish list and was sent to me by a viewer. There was no card in the package, so I'm not sure which viewer sent this to me, but I'm extremely grateful, and I want to say thank you to that viewer, whoever you may be, if you happen to see this. So this is I'm not familiar with the deck. It was just something that I saw on Amazon that I thought might be kind of cool and interesting. It's a bit more abstract in the art, and that's what kind of intrigued me about it. And that's also why I'm pairing it with the fire aspect of the Taroscopes for September, is because I feel like that, oh, my dog's going to bed. Okay, he says goodnight. I feel like that is, the fire element deals with the spirit, and so this being more abstract art-wise will be kind of, hopefully, a good fit. So let's just see. And then I'm also going to use these later in other readings with other decks that I have that are soul related, so that I can do pick a cards around what does our soul want us to know. But we're going to see what this is about. So it's a 44 card deck, and it also has a guidebook. These were purchased off of Amazon. If you wait, the Amazon affiliate link will be in the video description. And if you decide to purchase this deck, if you use my Amazon affiliate link, I will get a small percentage of the sale, which I'd greatly appreciate. These are the inside of the box. It's pretty, basic, I guess, let's say. Sometimes there's different things written inside the box. So this is the booklet. The booklet is rather small. Not a bad thing necessarily. It looks like there's fairly decent descriptions for each of the cards. Let's see what's in the beginning of the book. So this is published by Intuitive Fractal Art. So I guess CHERYL must do that stuff. It doesn't say when these were printed. It just says copyright. It just doesn't say. So it has how to work with the deck, about fractals and intuitive energy art, before you begin clearing the energy and your cards, readings and spreads, and then it has all of the different names of the cards. Interesting. You can also order artwork, it appears. So that's all the information in there. It gives you, upcoming spreads, 3-card guidance, that sort of thing. So let's look at the deck itself. So this is how the deck comes packaged. There's a clear piece of plastic around it. Let me just slide this off. So this is the back of the deck. Oh, this is interesting because this is going to be interesting to manipulate. There's no words on these decks. Wow, these really are going to be interesting to work with. So, even though each card has its own meaning, right, within the deck, or its own title. Like number 1 is called Creation, which would make sense because this looks like a world sort of exploding, or an egg kind of, hatching, that kind of a thing. But to know that this is creation without referencing the book is going to be a little bit interesting. These are really kind of weird. And I don't mean weird in a bad way. I just mean that they're sort of very abstract. Number 2 is encoded. But the cool thing is like you kind of know, like I can see this sort of looks like this circle here is sort of like what's embedded into this design. Does that make sense? Like deep down in there. It's sort of weird. So what's number 3? Awakening. To me, this makes me think of anger. Frustration, inflammation. I don't necessarily get awakening from this. I mean, I do see sort of light emanating from it, right? But it almost has a pulsing effect in a weird way. Does that make sense? Oh, this one's beautiful. What's number 4? 4 is Ascension. I like this one. It almost looks like an angel to me, but I love that the head of it sort of appears to be like a heart. Hi, Erin. Hi, Christina. Good morning. Hi, Deborah. Hi, I'm good. So these are going to be really sort of surreal to work with. Number 5 is Boundless. What is this? This looks like unexpected sort of challenges. This is breakthrough. To me, this doesn't speak to a breakthrough. To me, this feels like an impasse or something that's in our way. Like, I feel like an obstruction here. I don't feel necessarily that we're breaking through something, unless maybe we need to see the obstruction first to then break through it. Wow, that looks like somebody's, like a weird face. This is Bull Guide. I don't know what a bull guide is, but okay. And there's a face in that one too. Do you guys see the face? Number 2 was focused to you, Glenda. That's cool. This is Chenrizi Manifestation. I don't even know who the hell Chenrizi is, but we'll have to figure that out. I'll have to look that up and figure out who the hell Chenrizi is. Number 9 is Inner Light. I like the feel of these cards. This to me almost looks like breasts. Do you not see that? This is called Work. This to me speaks to like movement, shifts and changes. What is this? This is in flow. Okay, that makes sense. It feels like it's definitely flowing. Quite quickly, to be honest. It looks like fast movement. Like to me, I would associate this almost like with the chariot energy of CHERYL. Oh wow. This feels like I feel like I'm nurtured in this card, like almost like I'm swaddled up in a blanket. Let's see what this is. 12 is Fertile. Okay. I could see that, I guess. These are beautiful though. This to me feels like, I don't know, like an incubating idea or something. This is 13. This is Rebirth. Okay. Makes me think of babies for sure. I'm not sure which viewer sent these to me. If you guys watch this, I would love it if somebody would tell me who it was. If hopefully one of my viewers will watch this and realize that they sent me this deck, because somebody got it off of my Amazon wishlist and mailed it to me, but there was no note as to who it was from. So this is Footprints. To me, this looks like, oh, I see the footprints here. Okay, I see them. They're there and there. But to me, this looks like a giant piece of fruit. Like, to me, this appears like nourishment, abundance. Oh, this one's pretty. I like the color scheme of this. This is Revelations. To me, this appears to be like a flower. Looks like an orchid to me. It's a very interesting deck. I just was looking at the art on Amazon and I thought, I wonder if I can work with it. And so I thought I would try and see. And I added it to my list and then somebody sent it to me. This is Healing with Intention. This is a beautiful card too. Glenda says this might be good for strictly intuitive readings, but she disagrees with most of their stated meaning. Interesting. I don't know. There's actual written meanings too. These are just the titles of the art, guys. So I don't know what the actual meanings are. What I am going to do now is I'm going to shuffle the deck and we're going to pull a card for those of us that are watching right now, and for anybody that may watch in the future. What do they need to know? What sort of path of the soul might you be on at this time? I will do a brief description of what I feel like emanates from the art for me and how I feel intuitively, and then we will read the book definition to see how much they either align or do they differ. And we'll see how these cards work. I feel like these cards shuffle nicely. The sizing on them is great as far as for big hands, small hands. They're not too big, they're not too small, that kind of a thing. So if those things are off-putting for you as far as decks are concerned, I think this would not be a bad deck. Again, you would need to be drawn to the art, I would believe, and you would need to also be able to, you know, want to maybe go off-road, so to speak. I feel like this deck would take a while to get to know, to understand the art. The art is very fluid and beautiful, but the meanings and the definitions might be harder to kind of connect to the art because the art is so sort of flowy and I don't know. It really depends. There could be people that work that way, that can see art and remember it. I don't necessarily. I need more specific imagery, I think, for me, the way that my brain works. But that doesn't necessarily mean that this art can't get me tapping into something a little bit deeper. So let's see what's going on here. What do we need to know? Oh, wow. All right, so this is card number 31, which would boil down numerologically to a 4. I like this card. Oh, that's really deep. Where can I... There we go. I love the color scheme of this card. To me, this card feels like... All right, first off, I'm going to say that there's like an aspect of newness, a blooming. There's also sort of, I don't know why, but I get this sort of innocence. I get spring. So there's that aspect of, and it might be just the colors of the green and that sort of bright pink that gives me that spring vibe. But I feel like there's a newness, right? Like this is, to me, appears to be like a blossom that is kind of newly bloomed and ready to take on the world. There's an optimism to this card. Does that make sense? Like there's the word newness, I keep saying that, but there's like this optimism, fresh, spring kind of energy that to me it feels like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to take on the world. Renewal would be another really good one for this card in that regard, right? So I feel like if anything, this card is hopefully connecting us to that vibrancy, that this might be a last minute, and I'm just adding this as my take on it, but this could be a sort of the last minute connections of the brightness of summer and the sun and all of that as we head into the darker months and into the fall and then into the winter. This is kind of that high energy. The colors in this speak to this sort of high vibrational energy that kind of takes me to this place of spring, rebirth, a new youth. It's got that vibration to it. Does that make sense? Fresh is a good word. Yes, Christina. Yes, Deborah. New beginning. Exactly. So let's see what this is. This is card number 31. And the name of this card is Joyous. Okay, so that would tie into that. It definitely affiliates with that for me. I can see that. So let's go and read the card and see what it says. This is an interesting deck, to be honest. So card 31 is Joyous, and this is the definition in the book. The colors of pink and green signify the opening of the heart chakra. I should have gotten that. That's true. To deeper and more profound joy. Embrace the shift occurring within you. As you do, allow for that childlike wonder and amazement to fill every part of your being. I did say like youthfulness. You deserve to feel the bliss and happiness. You deserve to feel the bliss and happiness. That's weird. Not this bliss and happiness, but the bliss and happiness. You have done the work. You have made the effort. Now it is time to simply enjoy all that life has to offer. I feel like that is actually really in that image. And I think you guys picked it up too. April's calling my cat. I think that you guys got that too when you said new beginnings and fresh. It does have that it exudes that energy. I love that the pink and green also takes us to the heart chakra because those are the two colors associated with it. I should have picked up on that and didn't. But also this is, and also if we look here, there's a couple of different heart images. I see a butterfly now as I'm looking at it more in detail. There's even a small heart in there. This is really beautiful. This also gives me a little bit of orchid energy too. But I do get this sense of youth, vibrancy, freshness, spring, all of that. So that is where we want to be, guys. That it would be something that we would want to resonate with, channel, connect to. For those of you that are watching and for those of you that may tune in later, this will be the deck that will be utilized for the fire signs with the September Tarotscopes. I look forward to using it. I am going to do one more deck today, one more unboxing for the water signs. This is a deck that I purchased in Virginia called the Empathic Oracle. If you want to tune back in and see that, you certainly can. I have put up the 2 Oracle decks, one for the earth signs and one for the air signs that I will be utilizing in the Tarotscopes coming up. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to sign off and sign right back on to do the Empathic Oracle in just a moment. All right, have a good day, you guys. Bye-bye.